viewers, my name is Hira Heather, and today it is an honor for me to be sitting next to the youth's favorite, Maulana Raza Rizvi. And let's have a quick word with him. I don't want to occupy too much of his time. He was kind enough to say yes to answer just one very specific question that I do have for him. Assalamu alaikum Maulana Saheb. Maulana Saheb, हमारी जो youth है, we follow your lectures very ardently, especially because we can relate to the content that you are putting out there. One specific issue that is there is that the youth sometimes gets frustrated because how much are we supposed to, no, I wouldn't say fight, but how much are we supposed to keep pushing the narrative of Imam Hussein alayhi salam when there is so much of resistance from individuals who refuse to accept it, and not just refuse to accept it, but they mock us. And there are a couple of individuals who say that, "Fayda kya hai? What's the use?" So what would you like to say to those youngsters who are now on the sidelines and who are saying that there is no point in expressing our opinion, there is no point in putting it out there because nobody listens to us at the end of the day?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In 21st century, we're in a much better position than we were in centuries back, where there were very few people who followed Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Imam Hussein alayhi salam was not followed outside Iraq, Iran, the Middle East, and the subcontinent. But today, the entire world knows who Hussein ibn Ali alayhi salam was. There are majalis, Hussainiyas, and people who follow the Imam alayhi salam in Europe, in America, North America, South America, the whole of Africa, every single country in Africa, every single country in Asia, in the Far East, in Australia, New Zealand. These are the countries that I have been to myself. 21st century is a century of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And in philosophy there is an argument that when there are events, usually you forget them within moments. Some you remember for hours. There are very few incidents you remember for days and weeks, and even less for months and years. There are very few incidents that people remember for decades and centuries. Not only that Imam Hussein alayhi salam still lives through centuries, his grief has grown stronger than ever before, and people cry upon Imam Hussein. Even your own loved ones, after 1 or 2 decades, you do not mourn upon them as much as you remember them in the first few years or the first few days of their death. But as the centuries have gone by, the commemoration of Imam Hussein has become stronger. You need to be on the side of the truth. Imam Hussein proved in the plains of Karbala that when God is on your side, even if there may be hundreds of thousands of people against you, you live on. Today we need to realize that we are on the side of the truth, which is Hussein ibn Ali alayhi salam. If you're on his side, then you will live through. You will always be on the right if you're with Hussein ibn Ali. Therefore, we must be stronger in our beliefs and our practice, and must not feel that we are weak in any way. If Hussein ibn Ali alayhi salam can die with 72 and still live on for 14 centuries, then we are millions, hundreds of millions today, and we are stronger than ever before. Thank you.
One more thing, you said it so eloquently as always. With regards to akhlaq, our mannerisms, oftentimes when we get very heated, that why is this resistance happening, we reply in not the best way possible with regards to our akhlaq. So what message would you like to give to the youth who are putting the message of Imam Hussein ibn Ali out there, that how can they practice their akhlaq with utmost patience?
Remember that Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam said, "As-sabru min al-iman, kar-ra's min al-jasad." Patience is to faith like head is to body. And you can never prove your point until you have patience. The only thing lacking in our youth is patience. They want to prove it overnight or in a few weeks or few days or in a few years. I have been preaching for 25 years now. And I learned that tabligh is something, preaching is something that lasts for a lifetime. And you still do not sometimes achieve what you had aimed for. Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam had preached for 950 years. We are nowhere near what the prophets and the Imams alayhi salam contributed. Therefore, we have to be strong and must not give up. Even if you are only adding a drop to the ocean of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, the love of Imam Hussein alayhi salam to the universe, you still must add only that one drop, because that will bring in you the reward from Imam Hussein alayhi salam in form of shafa'at and intercession. So you have to be strong and continue doing the preaching for the love of Imam Saheb.
Jazakallah, Jazakallah.